We are coming towards the end of November, which means this facial hair, embarrassing attempted facial hair on my face, will be gone soon, but I'm doing it for a good cause for November, raising awareness of mental health, men's mental health and prostate cancer. It is Wednesday today, which means it's a snatch day for us on the process programming, elite and LPC program. So I'm gonna get in with the crew now who's already warming up down here for our session. Always start my Olympic lifting sessions with paused or segmented reps to really feel the positions and get dialed in before we start moving to the heavier work. Barbell cycling work for the sport of Crossfit, not for nice looking weightlifting. This is going to look weird for those who've never seen it, but moving fast and efficiently. Good double under here. Just finished with 5 sets of 50 double unders, followed by 20 unbroken chest to bars, one-to-one working with Ed. Tamarind is here. She's just doing some bodybuilding stuff today because she's had a while out of doing Olympic lifting with her travels and quarantine and all that. So she's taking her time to, rather than doing barbell cycling work like I was today, she's just gonna focus on a Monday and a Friday. But how are you feeling, Tamarind, with your training?
Good. This has been the first week where I've started to feel like I'm getting back into the swing of things. My joints and everything are getting used to the weights. Like Anne said, really slowly been progressing things. Yeah, it's just starting from the beginning, building up again, and it's good to be back.
Yeah. All right, we're getting set up for our PM session. We've got Skulky, newest coach at Coastal. He's going to be joining. We've got David Hughes, ex-powerlifter who's getting into CrossFit now, so he's just learned the ropes. But it's good to have a little crew who train together now on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is great for me. I enjoy it. So starting off with some handstand obstacle walking. skill practice with It being a deload week last week, I actually didn't do any of that, and I've only been doing it really for like a 4 to 5 week block previously, and I haven't done it really since regional, so that felt really rusty after not just doing it for 1 week. So just got to keep practicing the isolated skill before I start chucking in some fatigue-based work with the handstand. But still happy to get a few sets of that in. Now we're going to move on to some strength work in our PM session.
Ali Rish, recently off a competition victory with my new fiance.
How are you, Ali? Are you stoked about the victory?
Stoked, buzzing, yeah.
Buzzing.
Sleeping on all my prizes.
Are you more stoked about your engagement or your victory in a competition?
Of course my engagement, and you know that.
I should put a photo here of your last competition before this weekend, where you were rich throning on the podium. Miserable. Miserable that you've taken back-to-back victories in local Hong Kong competitions. Actually, because they're team competitions, your teammates are holding you up.
Yeah, agreed. You can always tell and feel it better than you know.
There you go, Ali. That's why you're training on your own, mate. That's why you're training on your own. So just using the band on the Romanian deadlift just to change up the strength curve a little bit. Normally in a Romanian deadlift, the weight's obviously heaviest when you're in your full hinge position and it's lightest at the top. By adding that band, you basically get still the heaviest movement at the bottom of the hinge. But as you start to extend up, you still challenge your glute in a shortened position at the top. So just adding that in for our RDLs today. Next, going into some rear foot elevated and front foot elevated dumbbell split squats, but also some incline GHD hip extensions, which look like this. So you basically set the GHD on a little bit of an incline, which just changes the moment arm ever so slightly. Rather than being flat at the top with the GHD hip extension, your back is now above the level of the hips, just making the exercise that much harder. Going into some more classical bodybuilding work now. Now we do a shitload of this in the off season, which is kind of now. When it rolls into the season, the open and qualifiers and stuff like that, this will be in my program way less. So right now it's just trying to get a bit of size, a bit of hypertrophy, and just getting a bit of strength still and adding more muscle to the body. So the reason why I'm not letting my arm go or shoulder go into full flexion at the top is because the angle that I'm finishing at here is actually my lat active range of motion. The reason we're going to try and train the lats as much as we can in these bodybuilding sessions, especially applicable for a sport of CrossFit, is that generally we don't really use our lats very much. We use a lot of rear delts, use a lot of rhomboids, a lot of trap, upper trap specifically. So training the lat in an isolated setting like this allows us to improve at things like strict muscle ups, pegboards, legless rope climbs, where you really start to see people who don't have much lat strength. So yeah, that's why we're doing it. So now we're trying to focus on the lengthened position of the pec as he comes down all the way, trying to lengthen and pause in that position down there to really get as much length on the pec as we possibly can. Tamrin is getting into a snatch work that she changed out for this morning's work. She did what we're doing this morning and she's doing what I did this morning, this afternoon.
Let's have the squeeze.
general bodybuilding work done. Now I'm gonna go join Mr. Skolk Virjun in the corner for some GHD sit-ups. It's just some maintenance work. As you've seen in the last year or so now, they've put in a ton of GHDs in the quarterfinal and semi-final stage, so I think it's just important as a competitor that I keep a moderate level or level of maintenance on the GHD sit-ups. Just an isolated setting for now, nothing too crazy. Session done, 6-minute EMOM with 20 GHDs, last set 30. Skolky, good workout. Now I'm going into a couple of classes this evening. Worked this morning for PTs, had lunchtime PTs. Now I'm going to go class coaching for our Wednesday, which is our perform compete crew on a live perform compete. So I'll be coaching some snatching, some bar muscle ups and some chest to bars tonight. So I'm looking forward to it.